Ooh. Boom. Ooh.
Hey. Hi everyone. I'm Nate.
Boom.
And we're planning on playing an Aberrant
Ooh.
game for tonight. This is called Entelechy Archive.
Everyone. I'm Nate.
I'm the storyteller, and we also have Nick, and we have Tash. Introduced.
Hello. I'm Nick. I am faceless and waving to you right now.
Hi, I'm Tash, and I have a face. So,
And that's how you shall remember us: the faced and the faceless.
And the storyteller.
Oh yeah, that guy.
So, I reckon we probably don't really need to have too much of an intro. So I'm super happy to just jump in because I've been hanging to play this for like weeks and weeks now. So I guess I've just got a little bit of kind of, intro for the story, and then we'll leap in. Although actually first, I just wanted to say this story is heavily modified just because that's what I do. I had all these weeks and I had to fiddle. So it's a modified version of the story from the Aberrant Jumpstart. So that story is starring Teen tomorrow, but we kind of fiddled with that, time shifted it back to an alternate 2021, and changed a lot of characters, messed a lot of things up. But if you like sort of the direction of the story, then totally buy the Jumpstart and run it for yourself as well. And feel free to mess it up and shift it around too, because that's awesome. But yeah, I'll start. So as a kind of movie buff kind of person, I always kind of picture visuals that go with the stories I run. So when you're listening, just kind of picture this as kind of video footage, like snippets of kind of news programs and kind of jittery camera phones, and even sort of overproduced kind of PR stills as well, because this is Aberrant. So it's 2021, but not as you know it. In this corner of the space-time continuum, there's no coronavirus, no lockdowns, anything like that. But superhumans walk the Earth. 2.5 years ago, the space station Galatea exploded, showering the atmosphere with radiation, and then people started changing. A firefighter in New York City developed the ability to absorb energy. A street kid in Sydney found that she could split atoms with her mind. And a soldier saved his squad from certain death by carrying their helicopter through the sky. Some of these people, novas, as the media calls them, have banded together to change the world and make it a better place. Project Utopia works to bring peace, prosperity, and scientific advancement to all. And their flagship endeavor, Team Tomorrow, are basically the closest thing that the real world has to superheroes. One of those is Comet, played by Nick. You erupted during military operations in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where Project Utopia was in there, stepping in to end military conflict. Novas being brought in as essentially kind of mercenaries, paid super soldiers, and you erupted under mysterious circumstances that may come to light at some point. But what about before you erupted? What was your first sighting of Team Tomorrow like? Like, in what situation was that? Were you serving? Were you kind of working alongside them, or seeing them jumping into kind of humanitarian operations? What did you think when you kind of when you first saw these superhumans?
Well, I was
From-
probably pretty amazed. Let us say, uh, look, my first exposure to them would have been on TV with everyone else, watching things go weird. Never thought I'd be one myself. Always kind of hoped.
Love that.
uh, yeah, but certainly didn't expect my eruption to happen. Things just got weird in the Congo.
um, if that wasn't clear, the Nova flying through the sky, carrying a helicopter full of people was Comet.
Yeah, did not expect that.
Um, let's move on a touch. Um, with the Nova now known as Agent Faint, um, took a little bit longer to join any organizations after her eruption. Um, we could probably even maybe kind of zoom in on that a little bit more, maybe even start playing out. Um, you, Agent Faint, you explored your options. You were wooed by organizations, by Utopia, by DeVry as well, which is the the aforementioned Nova mercenary kind of operation, which is kind of in more recent times starting to branch out into not just military, but selling services for security, for PR, for even like for Novas who are mega intelligent and able um, to produce all kinds of amazing tech or turn businesses around in a day. Um, Agent Faint did in the end join the project as well, but why don't we zoom in a little on the day that you made that decision? How did DeVry try to woo you in? Um, there was basically like a corporate kind of headhunter, I suppose, named Alex Webb, who was definitely putting the moves on you. How did they wine and dine you? Sort of, what part of the world were you in? Where did they sort of jet set you off to and start trying to give you the hard word?
I think what they did was they gave me opportunities to see how I could put my powers to use, how I could um, make the most of what I'd been gifted that I could never have like I could never have thought that I would get even as a wealthy woman growing up. I ultimately though I think it was more of the same in the end. So whining, dining, I can get that anywhere. What I really wanted was an opportunity to do some good.
Like that. I like that a lot, actually. Let's actually, yeah, zoom in a little more. I've got a cool idea on that. Let's say you're on a a corner in Paris, say cobblestone lanes, um, outside dining, sun shining, and Alex is trying to keep pushing with that. That just think of the amazing things that you could do. You'll easily make double what you made last year, even with your family connections. But you you're still not quite sold, not quite definitely saying no yet when you see a figure flying through the sky. That's not entirely unusual now in this world in which we found ourselves, but the figure starts coming closer and closer, getting larger and larger, until it is touching down in with the middle of the street. It's a tall, broad-shouldered man, bald, wearing a U-fiber jumpsuit of white, gold, and blue, and he's surrounded by a halo of kind of white, blue, shimmering energy. He touches down, and traffic stops, but he smiles and kind of puts his hands up in a kind of benevolent kindness. Sorry about that. Sorry. And he starts making his way straight towards you. This, you definitely know, is Cestus Pax, the director of Team Tomorrow. He is essentially the Superman. He's bright and kindness and justice and prosperity for all, too good to be true kind of guy. But he's coming right to you. What do you do? Is there anything that you do as he's approaching?
Fangirl squee. Go on.
You can do it.
Ask him for his autograph.
That's a reputation like that is something money can't buy. Absolutely.
So,
I guess as he approaches, I hold out my hand as a handshake.
he comes up and grabs your hand and shakes it with definite, unmistakable strength, but still being kind of gentle enough not to turn your hand
Crush
into
me.
to putty. And he says in a kind of not quite South, but a kind of American drawl that I'm definitely not going to try to replicate because that's a bad idea. He says, howdy, and he introduces himself, knowing full well he doesn't have to introduce himself, but he says, but you can call me Sam. And he asks how you're doing this morning.
Well, I don't think I could be any better, really. Look around. It's just amazing here.
That it is. We'll see. I was speaking with someone that I think and he sort of stops for a second, like he's trying to think, and then says, Soren View. He's one of our guys down in Nova Relations, and he was telling me that you were thinking of joining our little project.
Use, I guess.
You broke up a touch then. I just missed that.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm looking for a way to put myself to good use.
Now that is something that we can definitely do. He kind of glances over at Alex and smiles, but you can tell it's a bit of a thin-lipped smile, and Alex smiles back, but you can already tell that they're kind of reaching for their phone, like, do I call someone? Do I get out of here? Do I just give up now? And he says, I'm frightfully sorry to interrupt your meeting here, but I thought maybe you might like to join me, and maybe we could grab a coffee or grab a beer. I'm more of a beer kind of guy, and maybe we can talk more about how you can be of use and do some not just great, but some good things. Would you be interested in that?
Oh, well, you've caught me in the middle of something. Just a moment. Turn around to Alex and I shake her hand and say thank you. I'll call you.
she already looks deflated, but she just kind of wipes and she's back to smiles and says, "Oh yes, definitely, definitely. You call me, I'll call you. We'll do lunch. There's a really nice place in London that I've been meaning to try out. Maybe we can do that. Maybe next week."
That sounds great.
You just yeah. Well, I'd say from there probably the rest is history. That you probably pretty quickly signed on after that.
I don't know what Agent Fate could have said no to, with the beer or Sam.
It's too hard. So that was probably the start of your time with Utopia. Over the next probably few months is when you sort of signed up officially, got your company name tags, and that's for Comet 2. After he erupted, he signed on to do something good with his life, with the powers that he's got now. You both have been trained up in sort of how the project does things, which is things for good, do the right thing, try to change the world. The project has only been around for like 2 years. It's basically it's a couple of months after its second birthday, which it's celebrated wildly, but it is still very much finding its feet. It has been involved in a whole lot of environmental work. So there's mega intelligent people trying to solve climate change as soon as humanly possible. There's people using their powers over the air and weather. There's people kind of using their sudden kind of mega celebrity to get people to recycle, move away from damaging technologies, and also to push companies to actually do the right thing too, because just recycling, like one person recycling, doesn't really help if you've got mining companies. But they have been kind of, well, not even slowly but surely, they've been making the world better. One thing which they haven't really done much yet, but from the kind of the meetings that you've had with PAX and with the other directors and the other members of Team Tomorrow, is that they want to actually tackle something hard. They want to tackle crime. They want to, they've talked about, ending crime on a world scale. And it's just that kind of, that almost naive, idealistic, oh, hey, we've got powers. Why don't we actually do this? I think we can do this. That has gotten you so pumped, so enthused. And so that's why after you've been kind of working with them, training, trying to kind of get to know your powers, you have joined in on their wildly ambitious project that they've called the World Crime Task Force. It does sound like something out of a comic book, but it is world scale, and it is hopefully a blitz that is going to actually once again really change the world in a major way.
I like that it's ambiguous there. Like, are we the criminals in the World Crime Task Force?
I guess that remains to be seen. It depends how the roles go.
Yeah.
So So after all this work, the time has actually come to actually do the thing. So this scene now, if you want to picture things again, opens on a live stream because it's the 21st century. Today is what the World Crime Task Force project that you've been kind of working on has been leading up to. Team Tomorrow is about to shut down half a dozen transnational criminal organizations in a massive global blitz. Let's say one day, let's end crime. Let's do it, everybody. Some of the other Team Tomorrow members who you've met kind of over time have been intercepting illegal shipments in the Pacific. So they're rounding up people smugglers and drug traffickers everywhere between Colombia and Naples. Others are disrupting the drug trade between the USA and Mexico. So the teleporter slider is blinking in and out of underground tunnels, illegal airstrips, and they're all arresting corrupt customs officials on both sides of the border. And somewhere in the Andes, the mighty Antaeus, who is a large green man that controls all things living, is destroying the cocaine operation at its very heart. You've been helping to identify crops using satellites and kind of identifying what you think are kind of, the factories, the installations where they're doing it. And then he's dropping in and destroying them like some kind of, plant fumigation specialist. They're just killing off crops like crazy. And in Miami, Florida, Cestus Pax and the two newest members of Team Tomorrow, Comet and Agent Faint, are about to crash a business meeting between a Colombian kingpin and a Russian mafia boss. So it is a bright day in Miami, and a helicopter not flying the utopian colors is cruising along the South Beach coastline. I would assume that even probably Comet, as a really, really good pilot, might even be the one that's piloting the chopper, if you like, Nick.
Yeah, certainly can.
Cool. So you're flying along, you're probably sitting there with the helmet, with the mic, all the rest. You've probably got the earmuff headset as well, so you can hear, and you're patched into the Utopia, Interpol, FBI, who knows what other orgs that you're working with, who are stationed at the nearby Coast Guard station, and you're going over the situation for, probably the 20th time you've sort of gone over these. They explain once more for everyone that that you're heading towards the Fontainebleau hotel, where the kingpin Joaquin Vargas has booked out the entire balcony pool area for his little meet and greet. He's got his security on site, and guests are carefully vetted before they can get anywhere near the building, let alone the top of the building. And one of the people, some sort of FBI kind of plan maker, is kind of muttering about the small fortune that it would take to pull something like that off. So he's sitting there saying, this guy might be top stuff where he's from, but he's spending a whole lot of money to try to impress Alexei Zhukov. And then that's when Pax, who is also kind of sitting in the back of the chopper with you, says, Alexei Zhukov is a good friend to have. He's another one of those Russian oligarchs that has access to everything from subs to military attack choppers. The rumor is that he could rustle up an old Soviet nuke for you if you had the money for it. And he kind of smiles, and everyone's like, yeah, I guess that's funny, I suppose. When Soren Vu, your contact, speaks out over the comms as well, and kind of gently reminds everyone, just so you know, we've got a lot of media attention right now, which is exactly what we want, of course. But we've got drones from Insight, which will be accompanying us when we touch down. So you might want to avoid saying anything that might jeopardize a conviction, or might get anyone else into hot water. So maybe talk of government selling nukes might want to be something we don't want to talk about when we're out of here. And he does also remind everyone that Vargas is the main target. Zhukov, if you can catch him, is a massive cherry on top, though. And he finishes by saying, we've never, or the world has never attempted an initiative like this before, or this ambitious, so let's not waste this opportunity. And he signs off, or actually Pax kind of signs him off and says, yep, gotcha, over and out. And he hangs up, and he asks Comet to find a good way in. I'll leave it up to you, pal. So he's going to let you choose how you want to approach. So whether you're flying right in, whether you are landing further off, whether you're trying something that I might not have thought of with your massive pilot skill as well.
My 1 dot. Okay.
1 dot? I thought you had tons of pilot.
No, I know how to fly things, but that's about it.
Oh, well, 1 dot's good.
Yeah, 1 dot's enough to... it's enough to do it.
I thought he was a pilot.
Yeah, that's what goes in the 1 dot.
Nice. I didn't say he was a good pilot.
Hey, that hurts.
You can fly on your own accord.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So if I screw up the helicopter flying, I can just jump out, and the rest of you can just die.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
But I wouldn't do that. I will suggest that perhaps... Okay, so if these people are meeting in some sort of city tower...
Yeah.
Then realistically, there's probably not too many places nearby that we can land. Like, I'm thinking on the roof is probably not a great idea.
It's a little obvious.
Yeah, a little bit. And on the surrounding buildings, I mean, you're taking a bit of a risk there. So yeah. I'm thinking a little further back, wherever there is somewhere safe to land, whether that's a park or, the local helipad.
Yeah, I'd say it's it is Miami, and it's South Beach, so it's kind of all coastland and beach and kind of hotels and bars and restaurants, but there is definitely a kind of pier where a bunch of super expensive yachts are all parked, but there's definitely room on that sort of pier for you to land if you want, and then that's only like a short kind of hop, skip, and jump over to the actual building if you want.
And is it meant to be just the 3 of us going in?
Yeah. Well, there's support from local organizations, but it is definitely you have picked up that there is a big element of we have to make this look good. So
Yeah.
like we have to do good and be seen to do good in really impressive ways.
Gotcha. So, that makes it easier for us to get there because Agent Faint can't fly, but she can become very insubstantial.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm presuming that makes her lighter, being the opposite of dense,
Yes.
which means
Yes.
she's very easy to carry. And so I can fly, Pax can fly, so we can look very impressive flying in to the building. Now the trick will be, where are we going to go in the building? Like, we want to surprise the bad guys, the criminals. Do we have any intel on what floor they're on?
They are on the rooftop bar. So the hotel has kind of multiple kind of roof levels. So there's the roof, and then there's kind of like, say, 10 floors down, there's a kind of balcony, I suppose, is what,
For a penthouse balcony sort of thing.
Yeah. And that is, there's a giant pool, there's a huge kind of bar set up, chairs, people lounging, beautiful people everywhere.
Is
music.
That the one we're expecting them to be on?
That is indeed.
All right, well, I think that is the obvious case then. We shall fly to that rooftop and look very impressive as we land and do a citizen's arrest, I guess.
Okay, so you're actually going to land, and there's other people in the chopper, so other people can pilot it if you decide that you want to leap out in like the middle of the air.
Well, no, I wasn't planning on doing that. I was planning on landing it.
Could I, before you do that, get a roll from both of you? I would say, I reckon it's up to you whether you want command or probably empathy. Yeah, probably one of those. And it's a mental role, so I'd say probably intellect or even composure or resolve. If
resolve it is. Like command and resolve.
Yeah, I think I'll roll my intellect and command.
Sounds good.
Don't forget, for Aberrant, it is difficulty 7, not 8.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
I need to remember the format too. Okay, so that's 2 successes for Comet. Ooh. And
oh no!
That's all right. So
your first roll of the game.
Just because I physically get less dense doesn't mean I mentally get less dense.
More dense. Well, that's all right. That means we get 1 momentum for the pool, which is awesome. So let me stick 1 momentum. We have a momentum in the box. So, okay. That actually works quite well because this is Comet as he's flying and as they're working out with all the other people kind of patched in, how we're doing this, what someone from the FBI thinks is a good idea and someone else is all like, no, that's a bad place. You get the feeling that that the US forces, so the cops kind of on the ground, or probably more like FBI kind of next level up, aren't all that happy with Utopia being here. So with them kind of, whether it's them kind of acting on American soil or whether it is kind of, messing up an operation, they want to be the ones, you're sensing definite they're not causing problems, but they're not trying to be easy either. So there's kind of niggling going on.
Tension.
And also, because you got 2 successes, I'll give you that towards the front of the actual building, so towards the street, not the kind of the beach side. There are that's where there are people who are presumably Zhukov's people more than Vargas's. So they're hovering more near some incredibly expensive cars, kind of parked out front, or idling out front. They look kind of more serious than Vargas's people. They're all wearing kind of suits, even though it's ridiculously hot. But they're all stoic faced and kind of most likely packing heat. So they kind of look more profesh, more of a problem. If you want to go through the front.
But they're also on the ground floor, and we're
Yes.
flying.
Yep, indeed. So if you want to avoid them, that could be good. So I won't make you roll for parking it, because I feel like we've all had one failure. I don't want to risk it too much. So are you parking on that actual balcony floor, right? That's where you're going to pull up?
No. We're parking the helicopter elsewhere and flying ourselves.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, cool. So, groovy. You,
And either me or Pax is carrying Agent Faint.
Okay, I reckon you. Why not you?
Yeah, well, it's me. I've got Mega Might.
Okay, so you touch down and leap out the kind of with the wades, the rotors that are still going, and you're leaping out, and Pax doesn't get out just yet. You kind of look back, and he says, "Yeah, that's all right. You go. I'll catch up in a sec. Don't you worry." And you both start running out, or unless you want to.
Yeah, no.
Disagree?
Well, I'm not going to argue with the big man himself, but that's really bloody suspicious, isn't
it? So, you, I guess.
Do we know what these bad guys look like?
Yeah, you've probably got a lot of kind of
some sort of intel that we have an idea, because
yeah.
I've been in games before where the characters have turned up and not known who they're trying to get.
Oh, really? Vargas is a surprisingly young man for a kind of crime boss. He's always wearing sort of kind of extremely, like young kind of fuckboy outfits, basically. So he's wearing kind of shorts, loud shirts. Like, I reckon, a bit of a mo. He's extremely cool, or he thinks he's extremely cool. But he's always packing guns, and he's like, he's not afraid to whip them out at a moment's notice, and kind of get all up in people's faces. Zhukov, is a lot harder to pin down. So you've seen kind of footage of him, but it's normally not very good, and it's normally just before whoever has been kind of shooting that footage gets shot. So he's a lot more serious than Vargas is. Mm-hmm. And his people are all nameless goons. So you'll know them when you see them.
All right. Yeah.
So I guess if you want to fly up,
yep.
Super easy for you to carry her, even if she's like full weight and not insubstantial. Super easy to carry her because you're super buff.
Well, I'm not super buff, but I'm
more
pretty buff
than me. So how do you want to head up? Like, fly up in full view, or try to surreptitiously fly around, which would definitely take a while.
I would actually prefer the fly around subtly rather than just make our presence known. Give a decent scout of the area. Just see wherever there's the least amount of goons, basically.
Okay, I'm super down for that. That is definitely a roll, though. So I would say for like sneakily getting places sounds like a larceny roll to me.
Sure does.
What would you like to pair that with? With your your 0 larceny.
Yep. I think cunning.
Hey.
It's a cunning thing.
Yep. It works for me.
Maybe ancient feint is more larceniousness.
Maybe. I guess
She is not more
Okay.
larceniousness.
really.
No.
I
So
feel like
good.
she
I got this one success. Boom.
Okay, so
Does
was that
seem
one success? Yeah, it does seem
It
like
does seem like
maybe-
a flaw in my character.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can always adjust kind of things around as we sort of realize, oh, that's right, that doesn't make much sense. So yeah, we can shift things around. Sorry, I think you just broke up. Whoop,
Yep.
I lost you.
I should probably earn some XP to like.
That's true. I'll give it out like crazy. Although we should, just before we get too much further, we should probably take one quick look at our ambitions or aspirations. Sorry.
Absolutely.
So we know how to get XP. Where are they again? Okay.
I'm bursting through a wall and saving someone from harm.
Okay. Easy. And discover the events of the day you erupted. Less easy. But still good. And what are feints?
I want to achieve an objective by passing through a wall and back undetected. So very similar to comets, but
Less
without
debris.
less debris, less collateral damage. I'm interested in gaining a new connection, and I have no memory of the period of my eruption. It seemed to have done something to my brain, and I became insubstantial and then equally very dense.
I have had a thought.
You have?
I have.
Ooh.
It is, if I can drop Agent Feint around the other side of the building completely, she does not need a balcony to land on. She can just go straight through the wall and all the way through.
That's really cool.
So there's our secret backup right there.
That's really cool. I like that. Literally throwing her through a wall.
Yeah.
Us smashing.
Well, I'm thinking if she goes through the back end there, I'll fly around to the balcony side. I'll be drawing their attention. I can like zip around, look down. Hopefully I can see Vargas. If not, well, this plan is stupid. But if I can,
We're looking for loud shirts and shorts. So it'll be fine.
yeah, I'm picturing like the little tidy ones. AFL shorts.
Well,
Anyway,
maybe like cut off chinos.
So anyway, I'll be drawing their attention, and while they're focused on me, Agent Feint is coming through the other way to, perhaps one of them is going to try and bolt into the building, and Agent Feint is ready to go.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. Okay.
Do we have weapons? Please tell me I've got at least a pistol.
Yeah, definitely. I'm happy for you to have kind of any weapons that you want, knowing that, that the project isn't all about, gunning down people like
No,
crazy.
exactly. So as much as I would like some sort of anti-tank weapon and a machine gun, I think some sort of service revolver at least is fine.
Yeah, definitely, I reckon. What about Feint? Does she sort of carry weapons?
You're broken up, Tash.
Yep.
Your audio's gone.
Can't hear
Oh, my
you.
audio is gone.
Try again. Got you now.
It is? Yeah. Okay, cool. Look, Agent Feint's thing is absolutely hand-to-hand combat. The whole being able to put your hand through someone's chest, just...
Rip their heart out.
You can't get past that.
We'll see how it goes.
I love it.
I might be looking for handcuffs, though. Put some handcuffs on me. For when I
Definitely.
when we apprehend the mobs.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm happy for you to have any of that kind of stuff that you need. I reckon you, so you got that last knee roll, right, Nick?
Yes, one success.
So I reckon, super easy. You fly up, you're sort of trying to stay in the shadows, kind of trying to stay away from where there's a lot of traffic, a lot of kind of people going past. And you fly, you kind of want to throw her through the wall, sort of at the same kind of level where the balcony.
Yeah, same kind of level, yeah.
Yep, cool. So not forcing her to float up 15 floors or something. That's good. That's good. I like that. I don't reckon that needs a roll either. So just kind of, throw her through, but also y'all should be spending some quantum too. So that, I guess we probably want to put that on the character sheets themselves.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So spend 3 for flying and 3 for your density decrease.
3 for flying. Boom.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. So while you're spending that, the comet flies up, and I guess throws Faint into the air, mid-air before she kind of hits the wall. She turns insubstantial and passes through it without harm. I did actually mean to ask, what's it like when she transitions? So is there visual effects? Is there a cool noise? And how does it feel for her too?
Oh, cool noise. What a weird smell.
Agent Faint.
Yeah, we know why it's Agent Faint now, isn't
it? I knew we'd get here at some point.
No, she doesn't go gaseous. So Agent Faint, as she goes through the glass, she begins to shimmer.
That's cool.
And even though she's taking up, she doesn't grow or anything, but she definitely becomes not invisible, but almost not there. I don't know how
that's cool.
How that really works, but yeah. So you can nearly see through her, but you can clearly see that she's there.
That's cool. I like that. And also, she can turn invisible too, can't she?
She can if such a thing is required.
That's very cool. Okay, so she is phasing through and probably kind of just running through, kind of phasing through walls in the direction of the balcony while Comet flies around.
Yep.
Okay, so it's totally up to him how he wants to sort of, leap out of cover and start shooting people, or fly up and say, you're under arrest.
Can I spot Vargas first? That's the main thing. Is he there?
I'm not even going to make you roll for that either. He is loud and extremely visible at all times. So Vargas is right now, he is indeed wearing something teeny tiny because he is sitting in the pool. He's kind of at the more shallow end of the pool, literally sitting there on kind of steps with drinks in hand, yelling at people, calling people over, basically, serving kind of as a king in court, in tiny little bathers, and drinking champagne off ladies. He's a great guy. He's a really, really top-notch guy.
I mean, he sounds like a charmer.
Yeah. So you know exactly where he is. He's not really near either of the edges, though. He's kind of, in the middle of the sort of balcony area. That's where the pool is, kind of, pride of place.
So do I assume that Comet and I have a comms connection?
Headset.
Yeah,
Probably
Earpiece.
should have
let's say yeah.
determined that before we split the
Yeah,
party.
before we split up. Yeah, yeah, I reckon that counts. Yeah.
Um, any eyes on our tertiary target?
Well, all eyes on Vargas at the moment, but are there the other guys in the area?
Not that you can see.
Yeah,
So
nothing
obviously
obvious
he's
there.
probably
Yeah.
No, Zukov.
yeah. So Zukov is probably kind of, I guess, in the building or
Yeah,
going to be in it, but yeah, he's definitely not up in the balcony.
that's right. So look, so long as Agent Faint is on her way through, I will land nice and obviously next to Vargas. Point
Nice.
the pistol at him. Say you're under arrest.
Okay, awesome. So
Yeah,
you
bring it, bad
Straight
guys.
into
it. So are
Anyway, I've got
you
another character ready to go. So
so a question actually. He can fly very fast if he wants to.
about 100 miles an hour. Yes,
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty damn fast.
it is pretty fast.
So is that something that you would want to be doing, like actually going like full speed, or just kind of, moderate speed and everyone's seeing you? Or is it
Yeah.
like,
Well, the idea is to draw attention, so they're not looking at Agent Faint coming other way. So I will not be just zipping in like that. I will make it a bit obvious. Do a bit of a loop around the balcony area,
nice?
and then thud. You're under arrest on behalf of Team Tomorrow.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Okay. So you're flying out. You're quickly gaining attention. So there's people kind of oohing and ahhing. There's people like, oh my God, it's Nova. I can't believe it. And there's guards who are, mixture of kind of grabbing weapons, freaking out. Like, basically, you are getting all the attention that you want and probably more as guns are pointing in your direction.
It's been the best 15 minutes of my life.
I love it. You land down, like, slamming down on the balcony. You
Yep.
say your totally badass line. What are you wanting from that, I guess I'm asking. So are you
Well, I'm wanting him to give up straight away. I mean.
I mean, if you roll really well, I guess it's possible.
I should have put more mega socials. Well.
Well, that's the awesome thing. I guess if you have enough, people will absolutely give up.
Yeah, but I have none. So.
No. But you could probably, I guess, if you want to make a roll out of it, you could probably kind of put the fear of God in them and maybe even give some kind of minus to their rolls if you kind of, scare them
a bit, yeah.
enough. I guess probably I'd say command would make sense to my head.
I agree. Command.
And
it's probably a forceful thing, and it's social, so it's going to be presence, which isn't my best social attribute.
I'd probably be happy if you wanted to kind of narrate it in such a way that it could be might or something, because you're looking big and badass and scary.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I land and I flex.
I love it.
Well, I mean, and I've got the pistol drawn out, which maybe gives me an enhancement for the intimidation effect.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, just
I'm
one is fine. Doesn't need to be.
Yeah,
just something. So yeah, if I land and it'll be right next to him. Am I bigger than he is? Because that might help.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's actually, when it comes to it, he's pretty scrawny, which is why he carries big guns.
All right. Yep. So, yeah, I land with a bit of a thud next to him. I've got the pistol out. I'm aiming it at his head. I'm flexing my muscles while I'm there, and so my U-fiber suit is just rippling.
I love it.
Yeah. You're under arrest. Yeah.
So good. Roll it, Nick. I'm super down for that.
So that's 3, and well, I mean that's 5 dice.
And there is the one momentum if you really want to spend it too. But you probably don't need to.
Nah, not yet.
We might see how we're
5
going after they
dice.
have their turn.
Ooh.
1 success
plus
plus
the
1
sound.
enhancement, so that's 2 successes total.
Okay, 2 successes. I reckon that is enough to give him a minus. So probably not the guards, but I reckon you've probably
Oh wait,
kind of
is the pool turning green because he's peed it?
Impossible to tell right now.
I guess with 2 successes, maybe not.
Gauge.
So, yeah, he starts kind of scrambling out of the pool, but he's not reaching for guns yet. He's kind of, he's scared enough that he's kind of keeping his arms up, and he's starting to sort of, blabber. You've got no right. You're not the cops. You like what is this? What even is this? What is this? You also notice that that there are some floating drone cameras that have finally reached up to the balcony. I would say at least one of them definitely caught your badass landing and arrest moves. He has kind of seen them too, and he's even more kind of shocked and confused. But some of his guards are probably actually far more badass than him, and they are kind of gathering up, kind of ready to fire. They haven't fired yet. They're kind of freaked out as well. They kind of want direction from him, but they are kind of surrounding you in general, guns pointed at you, and they're starting to kind of yell almost incoherently, like, yeah, freeze, back off, I'll shoot, I swear I'll shoot. Your Agent Fate is yeah, quickly sort of bursting through the place, really. Yeah, kind of, yeah, running through walls and bars and people.
I do want to keep an eye out for Zukov.
For Zukov,
Look, I mean, it's a bonus. I'm all for the adding the value.
I reckon that might take a quick roll. Why don't you roll?
Yes.
Yeah, see, notice there isn't really a good notice roll, a notice kind of skill.
It's always composure, and it will be something in there related to it. So, I mean, it's probably lasting again if you're being sneaky about it.
Well, I don't know if I really am. It's more I just want to. Yeah, I don't know if I really am being very sneaky. Running through bars and things.
Actually, roll culture.
Culture? So, composure. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, composure. With
composure and culture. Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Seven. There we go. Let's see what happens. How'd I go?
Oh no.
No, that's wrong. That's not right.
Oh, but
That's a
it's
fail anyway. That's
yeah. So
oh,
that's all
dear.
right.
Don't fail. Don't fail.
My
You didn't
rules are
faint.
not
You're
going
doing
in
this
the
all
right way
wrong.
tonight.
But that's another
Oh,
momentum.
terrible.
And I will say that you do kind of realize as you're running through that you haven't seen anyone that looks like they're dressed like Zhukov's guys. So the people wearing a whole bunch of, dark suits kind of downstairs, there's no one at this level that is, dressed like that. So everyone is far more, kind of actual Miami scene rather than sort of mafioso scene.
Fantastic.
You kind of notice that. So it's not a pass, but you definitely note that they're not around here. So, but I reckon you probably make it to, to the balcony, whether you want to be leaping out into the balcony or not, is up to you.
Oh, what do I see when I get to the balcony?
You see Comet surrounded by a bunch of kind of yelling thugs with large guns, and kind of just out of the pool, kind of, shrinking back with his hands kind of mostly up, but also still yelling belligerently, is Buckets. I reckon I'm probably almost ready to make this sort of roll initiative time, unless you guys want to do something else.
No, that's fine by me.
You're cool for initiative? I definitely think that that with your density decrease, you could definitely find a way to surprise people if you want as well. So, and obviously with invisibility, you can always surprise people because you're invisible. So that's just something to keep in mind. That can give you a lot of pluses, or before combat starts, lets you kind of make a first move as well.
All right. Well, I might let me have a look at my character sheet.
Pull up some stats for some mooks.
Well, look, let's activate my cloak. Just give me a few extra seconds.
Sweet. I like that. That is 3 more quantum too.
Done.
You got 3 more quantum?
Pretty sure you've got like a ton, right?
Bargain.
Sorry?
1 quantum for cloak.
Oh, really? 1?
Yep.
Huh. Really? Okay, awesome. That's awesome. I thought all powers were like 3 by default.
Nope. Don't know where you got that from.
I don't know where I got that from either, but cool. I'm down with that.
Thanks, Nick. You got my back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, let's look. At least I can't fail an initiative roll. Maybe.
Or can you?
So, yeah, cool. So, I guess, yeah, initiative is, if we pull up our little cheat sheet, the lowest of your athletics plus your cunning, or your empathy and your dexterity. If you want to roll those, I can roll that for some of these thugs.
Oh man, they're identical. Cool. That makes it easy.
Nice. That's actually awesome. As long as they're both high and not super low, I guess.
A whole 4 dice.
Well. Oof.
You can fail at initiative. Oh, wait, the sheet.
These guys don't have a lot of dice, so. Woo. Okay. So, and I should roll for Vargas too. Okay, so much to everyone's surprise, given the dice pools, we have Comet and Faint, and then Vargas, and then we have 3 groups of mooks. So, if you like, I'll just put into our little initiative tracker. We've got player. Story guide, I should say. I'm bad. What's Comet going to do? There's, loud yelling, cameras on you. And Vargas, doesn't want to be arrested.
Well, there's a lot of things I want to do. I think I'm just going to, for the moment, activate my super speed.
Ooh.
I'm going to pick up Vargas and
Okay.
run into the building.
Ooh. Okay. So, okay, that's awesome. I like that. That sounds like a grapple roll.
Yep.
Which I need to pull up the rules for grappling because I ain't never read grappling. Let's see.
Combat in detail.
104. Okay, so established grapple is variable successes. You force your opponent into a grapple, so that is just, it's a stun. And both you and they can only make grappling physical actions until someone breaks free. And the person who initiates it is in control. And so when you've got someone in a grapple, what do you do then? So once he's grappled, or if he manages to get in control and beat you, then the grappler can drag or throw them with an athletics and might roll and automatically wins ties. Okay, so that makes sense. I guess if you can I don't understand the variable successes as the cost of the grapple. But it is definitely an attack roll, and then you can do things with it. I just don't know why variable successes, like what the successes do.
Yes. So at some point, establishing a grapple must be. Oh yeah. Okay, that's because you and they can only make grappling physical actions. So whoever's winning these actions is establishing the grapple there.
Oh, okay.
So I will be rolling my close combat, which is conveniently powerful for me. And he will be rolling his, which is hopefully less. And then I shall hopefully win and be the whole drag.
Okay, cool.
Which is, again, a good dice roll for me.
Okay, so I'll roll for him. And I guess you still need to beat his defense as well, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, take it away. Roll your, I assume, close combat and might.
Yep. with Megamite. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So 7 dice and a +2 for being awesome. And I think this. Oh, you know what else I've got?
What else have you got? I'm pulling up your character sheet.
Precise and forceful martial arts.
Okay.
Which may not be relevant for grappling, but also may.
Do we possibly need to pull those up?
Yeah, I'm just flicking to it right now. Edges. Style edges. There we go. Probably not power blow, probably not deadly strike, because I'm not trying to be deadly. And not precise strike. Okay, no, that's good. All right, so.
Okay.
Seven dice. 6 successes total.
Holy crap. Okay. Well, that is very good.
What's
He
his
has
defense?
2. So you've got 4 successes to do as you wish with. So easily. Okay. So we think that the grapple works that he rolls now to try to win the grapple. Is that how you understand it, Nick?
Well, I think on his turn
Or
he'll be
is that-
rolling to control it.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, so you, as long as you spend a success now,
Yeah.
grappling him.
So I've overcome his defense. I've got him in a grapple.
Okay.
He can't move from the spot. The only action he can take is an attempt to free yourself.
Yeah.
And I can move him now with an athletics plus might roll.
Okay. Cool. So yep, you're just gonna wind up picking him up by the scruff of the neck, I guess, and
Yep, basically just
flying out.
grab him and straight into the building, because I don't want him injured in the firefight. That's going to happen.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And that's going to be the same 5 successes.
Jeez. Okay. Easily, you yeah. He tries to kind of fight you off. It's kind of more like slapping, like no God, no. As you easily sort of dodge his kind of flailing arms, and I guess, how do you pick him up? Like, are you literally or over the shoulder, or
Well,
I think over the shoulder is more humiliating.
Yeah.
I guess, sure, why not? Over the shoulder. So when he's flailing with his hands, he's just wrapping my rock hard glutes.
I love that so much. And now it is Agent Fane's turn.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, the guards are they can't act yet, but they are reacting. So they're going off. They're definitely going to start shooting, hoping to not hit their own dude anyway, but they're definitely kind of freaking out. So you can do with that what you wish.
Wow. So how many of them are that good of a shot that they think that they can hit Comet without hitting their guy?
Some of them definitely think that they are. I can promise that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do I want to move into them? Yeah, okay. Look, I'm going to kind of like become more substantial so that I don't have to, so I'm not like just going to go straight through stuff anymore, but I still want to keep my cloak active. And I want to move into the crowd of guns.
Okay.
And start using my close combat to disarm people.
That's the way to do it.
Nice. I like it. So you're not using your density increase yet, though.
No, not using my density. I'd only need to be as solid as enough to like actually capture or hold the gun and pull it out of their hand.
It's only two
Awesome.
successes on the attack roll, so this is good.
That sounds really cool. Yep, that definitely sounds like a close combat role.
Fantastic.
And I guess what do you think would be an appropriate attribute to combine it with?
Well, I think, look, some of these guys seem a bit burly, so I might need a might roll. They can't see me, so I feel that I feel pretty secure, so I'm not going to have to like roll for a lot of else. So maybe how do you feel about might and close combat?
Might work for me. That makes sense.
Awesome.
That you're not really sort of ducking around or anything. Just you're literally rocking up invisibly and yanking things out of their hands when they least
with
expect.
Finesse, with like a nice, twisting it and nice. yeah, definitely, aiming to be successful at pulling it out of their hands. Okay, cool. So that's 4. All right, let me hit that roll.
I don't think I actually mentioned how many people there were, because pretty big crowd. I guess there's a lot of kind of noise and action, sort of trying to identify who looks like a guard and who is just some kind of hanger on. But there are definitely three groups, so 3 mobs. I'd say probably the mobs have probably 3 people in each, so it's a not insubstantial number. But I'm pretty sure you can smash them, judging by the last game that we played.
With a different character.
All mortals who just kicked everybody's asses. I think you can handle it.
Oh, look, let me hit the glow. Let me roll and see how many actions I get. But I guess I'll be aiming for the closest one. Just get rid of those.
Cool.
All right, it's coming through. Is it? That work? Yes. 3 successes.
Okay.
And I'm invisible, so do I get an enhancement?
You get 3 enhancement to your defense and to your surprising.
Oh, 4 successes. Sorry, that roll just came through. It must be lagging.
That's weird. Okay, that was totally weird. So 4 and 4 cloak. 3 enhancement to defense rolls and stealth-related actions. Also make surprise attacks even after combat has started. I guess I probably need to look at surprise attacks. I'm sure we were right near there, weren't we? No, where are surprise attacks? No, that's not on my cheat sheet. It totally should have been.
Oh, no.
With an invisible character, I probably should have been on that.
We learn.
Ambush. Surely under ambush. Okay, so I'm just reading page 105 now.
Fantastic.
Combat actions, ambush. When attempting to surprise someone, roll, and then...
surprise variable. So 106 at the very top.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that is not quite what I was expecting.
No.
How about, I reckon just for this first round, we can give you that 3 as an enhancement, and then on following rounds, we'll see what.
Well, I mean, we've got the results of what they rolled, and none of them rolled more than 3.
True.
So
that's true.
They could not overcome that complication.
True. So actually, I reckon that just means none of them get an action this turn. So...
Well, they'll get an action, but they just can't see her. So they haven't spotted her at all.
Okay, so they can't Okay.
They can't
I
reliably
guess
shoot at her. If they do try and shoot at her, well, it's like aiming at a predator, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So does that mean, just sort of, thinking out loud, if Cloak lets you do an ambush, or I think what it specifically said was, can also make surprise attacks even after combat has started, if attacking someone unable to detect them. So would that mean that you can make an ambush roll each turn?
Basically, yeah.
And then if so, if they can't buy that off, then they see that says they do not get an action, but I guess they do not get an action to attack her.
Yeah. Because obviously I'm still there. They can still shoot me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can't see her to do anything, so...
Yeah, that makes good sense. That I think that makes sense. I think they just kind of threw me because the book said a surprise attack, and there's actually I don't.
Yeah, it's like we've snuck up on them instead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Sweet. So yeah, let's do that then. I guess they don't get an action on you this turn, so I guess that doesn't give you pluses to your roll now, though.
Well, I'm hoping to move, and that's fine. I'm hoping to move, around as many of it as I can. I don't really want to stick by one too close where they might be able to detect me. Just want to take their gun away, throw it in the pool, move on.
Nice. Well, they each have a defense of 1, so you can beat the defense of 3 people. But I guess if you want to be buying successes or spending them to disarm them, how much does that cost?
2.
2. Ooh,
2.
2. Wow, it's a hard roll.
Well, you've got them grouped up in groups of 3, so even if I can disarm 2 of one group, then that might be, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, but I think, because 4 successes, that's right.
You did get 4 successes,
yeah,
yes.
Totally. Well, then that's fine. Cool. Okay. We're getting there, everybody. We're getting there.
Thanks for sticking with us.
So maybe narrate how she kind of, bursts out and sort of whips 2 guns off them. And I love throwing it into the pool as well. That's perfect.
Well, look, she weaves in. She gets across really to the closest slot. And using her movie style chops, punches, she takes those guns out. So we hit the first one, kind of reefs it out of his hand. He had no idea it was coming, and I just toss it in the direction of the pool. Same thing for the next guy, standing really close by, not even realizing that maybe someone was coming for him. And next gun goes flying off, tumbles into the pool, and is what I hope.
Throw it over the balcony so the kids in the street can play with them.
This is a different kind of game.
That is not the spirit of Team Tomorrow.
No,
guns off the street, Nick. Not on them.
That's awesome. I really like that. Next up is story guide characters. I'm gonna have Vargas attempt to fight off Comet's grapple. I reckon this is going to go great for him. So...
I look forward to seeing what he can do.
Okay, let's see. He doesn't have great close combat stats.
Well, he needs athletics in mind.
Well, he, as a story guide character, only has primary, secondary.
Oh, that's true. Yes, that's right.
But close combat is neither his primary nor secondary, so I have 2 dice for him.
Excellent.
It could happen. It could definitely still happen.
It sure could.
Oh, and he has to roll against an 8 as well, huh? One success. Hmm. So what does he have to beat? He has to beat a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure that one won't beat it, but so you must escape with an opposed close combat and athletics. So I guess you roll now to see whether you can beat a 1.
Yep. Okay. Can
I
I
mean,
beat a 1?
you could definitely
I could
not.
fail. I could botch this.
It's entirely possible.
But I didn't. I got 5.
Jeez. Okay. So yeah, he's like literally kind of kicking and punching at you, and like you're not reacting at all. Marvelous. This he didn't even get to reach for his gun. His gun is actually good as well.
Really? Shame.
I mean, probably wouldn't. Wow. Okay.
Is his gun in his pocket? Because his pocket's quite possibly against my cheek. Is he happy to see me?
I want to say yes, but I already established that he was wearing bathers, so his gun is next to him. So, but also, yeah, he's wearing bathers.
And where the hell's his gun?
It was next to him.
That
It was on the
thing.
pal.
Oh, right.
Damn it. Oh well. Well, the other guards are going to 3 of them are going to be dumbasses and actually try to shoot at Comet. So potentially, definitely hitting their own boss.
Wow.
And I really want to see how that goes. Okay.
As an ex-military guy, I'm okay with human shields. I mean, no, I didn't say that.
What, if bullets bounce off you, but not off the human
Yeah.
shield?
It was all ricochet. It's not my fault. My pecs are so great.
Okay, well, I'm going to roll for them. I'll probably just roll for all 3 in kind of 3 quick rolls.
Did I get behind cover with my running?
Ooh, if you want to have, yes.
Yes, because it was going inside, so I've at least got a door frame or something.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's
Just the
glass,
human shield you're
glass,
carrying
fine.
count as cover.
Well, again, I'm not aiming for that right now.
So, yeah, so that would be the, like, whatever the lightest cover was.
Yep.
I forget what it's called, but the one that's like worth 3 health levels, I think it is. You might not come to that anyway, so. Oof, okay. Okay, so bullets kind of spray all around you. The glass, kind of glass walls, glass doors, are peppered with kind of cracks and holes. But a whole bunch of bullets just straight miss. And actually, I should be rolling more, shouldn't I? Because they don't all roll as a group; they roll individually. So, so one guy has 3 successes, one has 2, 2, and 0. Now I need 1 more. Okay, so we didn't roll for your defense yet. So that is the one of your relevant resilience attributes.
Resistance, yep.
Or resistance. What do you think might be appropriate for him now? He's running, but he's also badass.
Yeah, badass. Look, I'm going to go with stamina.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting to the doorway and through. So I've got the glass as a barrier there.
Yeah.
Ignoring everything else.
Yeah, That works for me, I reckon. And he's just being
because
kind of
I'm not actually trying to kill this guy. I'll try and make sure that it's my body in the way rather than his.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, so stamina is my resistance.
Cool. Roll it.
Oh. 1.
Okay, so that takes your defense up to 2.
Yep, but I've also got 2 soft armor.
Ah, yes, indeed. So that means only one of those guys has 3 successes. So the others all just, kind of probably not bounce off you, I guess. But just kind of, shoot all around you.
Yep.
And so the soft armor is that increases the cost of the damage stun, right?
Yes.
Yep. So did you say 2 soft armor?
Yep.
Damn, that's really good. Okay. So in that case, they can't afford to damage you, but I can pick another stun. So, break up grapple is a thing that can be done. So when targeting a character who's part of a grapple that you're not in, you can use this stunt to break up their grapple.
Ooh.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So
With a gun?
Well, it probably means there's a shot at me and I've dropped the guy, basically.
Yeah. That's actually
I've
really
taken
cool.
no damage, but
Yeah, like the effort that you've had to go to save the guy from being hit has caused the grapple to break.
Yep.
Whatever's
Or
happening.
maybe even just because he's that much of an ass, you're kind of shielding him and then, elbowing and runs out. And you're like, I just saved your life. And that's cool. I like that a lot. And I'm going to say the other mooks lose their actions as they are kind of looking around, freaking out, kind of maybe even kind of letting off shots as they know that someone has just kind of yanked guns out of some of their hands, and they're basically predator style. They're kind of freaking out. And so we're back to the top of the cube for one of the players. Who would like to go first?
Well, I might grab the guy and drag him back into goddamn cover.
I love it.
Get over here.
Me grabbing this one guy over and over. Roll for it.
When are you going to just fly away with him?
Yeah, get into that.
It was just burst through a wall with him, showering debris everywhere.
All right, 5 successes.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So, defense of 2 for him. You've got 3 successes if you want to do anything in particular.
I'm simply grappling, so I'm not trying to injure him.
Nice.
Well, I guess I'm like grappling and then moving him, so...
Okay, yep. So that would be another athletics that might roll on top of that as well. And
5 successes.
Jeez,
he's not gonna.
Jeez. Nope. A reminder too that you can kind of like inflict damage and knock people out and not having killed them or anything.
We just do the taking out, but
But
get him behind the cover first.
No, I like
where
it.
the camera can't see me snap his. Take him out nicely.
And honestly, I just like the cinematics of it, that you're just grabbing this dude and then he's leaping back out and you're like, what the hell? It's very cool. Were there any other stunts that you wanted to do as well with your other 2 successes?
Not really anything.
Knock him down.
Well, I've got him grappled anyway, so if I knock him down, I'm going down with him.
Oh,
It's grappled.
yeah, presumably so. Yeah,
And same with the shove.
you can blind him.
Yeah. I've picked him up by his skull. Oh, I could
Well,
sunder. I could damage his gear. Ah, I've ripped off his togs.
God, please don't.
turn off the cameras. Turn off the cameras. Yeah,
Ooh,
maybe not.
This is
That's
just a
fine.
change platform.
Yeah, I think it'd just be getting him inside the building and behind cover.
Cool. So, as in, do you want to be going deeper into the building now? Like,
Yes.
actually,
Yeah,
like
further in, because my ultimate goal here is that once I'm behind something decent, I can kneel down, get my gun out to shoot the enemy if they're still going to come in after me.
Yep.
And I've just got like one knee on this guy's chest so he can't move. But he's not going to get injured easily by stray bullets.
Okay. Well, I reckon with your...
And also handcuff him, but yeah, priorities.
Yeah. Yeah. I reckon with your kind of high speed as well, you can definitely get all the way into kind of, heavy cover out of line of sight, sort of into, I guess, kind of the building proper. It's probably down like a kind of hall, or probably maybe even into like a larger kind of bar area.
Yeah, that's what I was figuring. A large bar area, jump in behind the bar, avoid the screaming people.
Yep.
The smashing glasses.
Yep.
And then, yeah.
Like extremely, movie bar scene, really.
Yep. And presumably next turn will be a chance to handcuff him and take aim at anyone who's still shooting at me from outside.
Okay. Cool.
You're so optimistic.
I am optimistic.
I love it.
But Agent Faint's got my back, so...
Well, totally. And it is Agent Faint's
turn. You know it. Oh, fantastic. So I am just going to keep on that that path of just making sure that these guys don't have any more guns at hand. So I've got rid of 2 guns out of the group of 3.
Yeah.
There's the third one in that group, and then I guess I'd want to move on to the next. Now, are there any complications or challenges there that I've got from the fact that they're now firing blindly? Like, is there any risk to me that I need to be mindful of, or be like, obviously I'm going to be not stepping in front of them intentionally.
Yeah. I reckon, there's a complication of getting shot, in which case you'll take damage. But I would say because they're kind of firing so wildly, I reckon it's probably only a 1 complication. So not too much. But yeah, thank you for the reminder. I definitely need to be throwing complications at everybody and just being a general asshole DM. So,
well, I think that definitely doing the predator firing thing off into everywhere is
if you can make them shoot
potential
themselves.
Issue for me. Yeah, well, that's it too.
That's true. That's quite cool. I like that.
Oh, I could that's a bit dark though.
Yes.
But also,
what would?
Yeah, game-wise, they can probably shoot themselves, but take themselves out, and then there'll be support and probably like medical support probably coming as well that Utopia kind of has in the back waiting. Yeah, that is a cool move as well.
Oh, look, my financial mind doesn't really want to increase anyone's premium, so the less damage I can do, the
better. Valid.
So, same roll as previous. My might and So let's hit that one. Oh, 2 successes. Ooh. And then I don't have. I need 2 in order to disarm someone. And I have that complication, so I need to spend 1 to get over that complication, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you could probably use both of those successes to disarm someone else. So to beat their defense and then to disarm them, but then you'll cop some damage. Or you can spend one complication and then beat their defense and damage them instead. So like actually kind of knock them out.
Look, how about I use my favorite move, which is knockdown? So,
Ooh.
yeah,
Ooh,
like, just swipe the feet and see if I can just push the whole guy into the pool.
I mean, you've been trying to disarm him, so probably like you didn't quite manage to grab the gun out of his hand, but the jerking motion has made him lose balance and toppled him into the pool.
I've just, yeah, with my close combat expertise, I've just
Yeah.
swept the ankle in underneath his leg and pushed him over.
Ooh, that's cool. I like that. So that is
one success for knockdown trip.
Oh, so you still need to beat the defense and spend one success though, right? If I'm right, I think.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Knockdown is one success. Yep. So
Okay.
beat their defense. Spend one extra success if you've got it.
All right. What's their defense?
I feel like we need one. So
one.
So I feel like we need to get you some more enhancement somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, if I can't do it, I'm happy not to do it.
I think the thing is, well, you can do it. That's the point. But like in terms of enhancement, you spent all your character points on being invisible, and there's your enhancement right there. You are taking them by surprise.
Yeah, true. They
So
basically can't.
You're not the fisticuffs person from the previous game who spent everything on being an absolute boxer. So this is just you're invisible and you're doing this. You're not actually the. Yeah.
True.
Your benefit is they can't hit you back.
True. Although, technically, when you do turn on your density increase, suddenly you are a combat powerhouse, because I'm pretty sure that gives you like mega strength too.
It gives you mega strength, yeah. So when you want to start dealing damage, that's when you become a brick.
True. Interesting. And that's right, because that would only give you enhancement to actually do damage, right? That's not just general combat rolls.
And anywhere that would come in handy, which like it would certainly come in. Apply for grapples. It would come in handy for inflicting damage because you're punching someone if you're doing that. Disarming them because you're overpowering them. You're just grabbing it out of their hands.
Yeah, true. Okay, so that's interesting. So yeah, if you wanted to kind of overcharge that, you could definitely do that. Like I'm just trying to make sure that you're not missing out on enhancements too. But yeah.
At the moment, if you're going invisible, you're just invisible. That's your bonus. You're not getting hit.
Yeah, look, the way that I'd like to play this is I'm invisible by virtue of the lack of density. Whereas if I were to go dense, that would probably put a bit of a strain on my ability to be invisible.
Yes.
Is that, that's how I'd like to play that as, when I'm dense, I'm very visible.
Very visible. Interestingly, we could actually, maybe not right now, but that could actually be a tweak to your character. I'm pretty sure that can be a tag that you put on the invisibility power, which that can only be used when you are, when you are using density decrease. But maybe.
Yeah, you can link them so they depend on each other.
Yeah, which could make it cheaper. So
yeah, you'd save 6 XP.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's talk about that after the game.
Yeah. But yeah, cool. So, I guess, the question is, do you want to knock down this person, but then cop a health level of damage? Although you have armor as well, do you? Or it's not hard armor?
I mean, I've got soft. I'm in one of the suits.
Yeah, the U5 suits.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not hard armor, which kind of gives an extra health level. Okay, cool. Well, someone got damaged. Someone got damaged in this game. I'm so pleased. Okay. Okay, so I reckon, yeah, you're wrestling with someone, trying to yank the gun out of his hand, but he's struggling. He's kind of yanking back, and so you use the momentum to kind of trip and flip him into the pool. I reckon, if you're down with
Let's do that. And he's been firing the gun, so it's hot. If I grab it in the wrong spot, oh, ouch.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm down with that. I'm down with with that being your wound. So you've kind of got burned hands. Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, I was going to have you shot, but I like that. That's cool. That would probably give you a minus to anything that requires kind of manual dexterity with the hands.
Like disarming people. I'd have to switch to elbows.
Well, yeah. Or switch to high density and then elbow them all to death.
Apply a headbutt.
Okay, so let's go some storyteller characters. The Vargas is going to not really try to break out right now, but try to rally the troops, basically, to kind of yell and demand that they come and rescue him now. Like basically kind of trying to yell out where he is, come here now, protect your king. And I'm going to have that as essentially a kind of leadership role to try to bolster the troops. So that will be to give them an enhancement. So I'm going to roll for him. That is actually something that he's pretty good at as well, because he's a jackass, but he's kind of a jackass with one of those personalities that kind of draws people to him. I really want this guy to get beat up so bad. Ugh, only one success. So I'm going to say that'll give one enhancement to kind of one of the next rolls. Right now, one of those other kind of batches of people come sort of racing into the building to try to find him, kind of following the noise, basically. And they are going to, I reckon they probably need to roll to kind of figure out exactly where you are, but also they're going to be spraying bullets like crazy and most likely trying to use the pin stunt to sort of trap Comet where he is. So I'm just going to give them a chance for rolling. So, oh, jeez.
Oh,
okay. Interesting.
that might hurt.
I want to roll like that.
So, would you like to roll for your defense, Comet?
Yes.
No.
I mean, I'm behind the bar though, right? So I've got cover. So I'm not going to be...
Yes. Yeah, you do.
Big 0. Yay for cover!
Okay, well, far out. Okay, so your defense is 1. So for these guys, so they've got okay, let's see. So their enhancement from their guns, I'd say it's probably like it's a mix of kind of like pistols and Uzis and stuff like that. So probably just all round, just kind of one enhancement.
Yep.
But also scale.
Scale 2.
Scale.
Well,
2.
scale, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus another 2 enhancement from the scale. Yeah.
So that is for that last one. 8
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And for the others, 4 and 5. Yes. Okay. So, I'll might as well give the enhancement to the guy on 8.
Might as well.
So he's Mr. Trickshot. Okay, so yeah, bullets go spraying everywhere. Sort of.
I'm picturing the bar just exploding.
Yeah, yep, totally, and yeah, all the glass above the bar shatters, kind of, yep, raining down on you extremely cinematically. And dude on 9 wants to do some damage to you, so he's got 8 successes all up. If I count that right, let's see some stunts. He wants to spend 2 to inflict damage on you.
Mm-hmm.
And wants to spend another 4 for a critical.
Mm-hmm.
And
but this is blowing up the cover.
Yes, definitely blowing up cover. So I guess what level of cover that might be is I need to pull up the cover levels, don't I? Probably light cover, I reckon.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, for a bar.
Yep.
Yeah, light cover. So that would be
4 injuries before it's destroyed. So there's 2.
That's 2, and he's got what, 2 successes left, I think. Yes. With those, let's. Ooh. Why not? Actually, he's going to, since he's, gone crazy here, basically, he is going to empty his magazine, which gives another 2 enhancement, but then he's out of ammo.
Yep.
And with that, I'll buy another critical. So there is not much left of this bar now. So the bar has one health level left.
It's just shredding bits of
totally
chips of wood, basically.
Yeah. And you're like, crouched, like breaking there. And for the others, so I've got 4 successes and 5 successes, which gives me 3 and 4 to spend. Going to do 1 more damage.
Mm-hmm. That takes the bar down completely.
Yep. So the bar is no more, and he's got 1 more success to do something with. Let's see. He will. He'll empty his magazine, but he will pin you down for 3. So basically, just bullets going like crazy. Mm-hmm. So that gives you a +3 complication to your next attack. And the last guy has. I need to write these down. Did I say I had 3 successes to spend for him?
3.
Yeah, 3. He is going to spend 2 to give you an injury, I reckon.
Okay.
And then 1 more to, I guess, to pin as well. So give you +4 complication to your next roll all up, and also damage to you. So how about I'll throw this
hits
back
all over the place.
Yeah, totally. I'll throw this back your way, Nick. How is Comet wounded?
Well, if everything's going Burko, there's probably a mix of bullet wounds, flying glass.
It's just everything.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like that.
Shredded up.
Yeah, as his cover literally just like evaporates behind him.
So, How's Mr. I'm wearing togs in this going?
Good point. Oh, yeah, good point. What do I roll to see if he gets injured too?
What's his defense, I guess?
Yeah, he's defensive 2. I did it wrong. Sorry. No, I forgot the space. 0 successes. He is also shot. So you look over and see him, kind of yelp as he is hit in the shoulder, I'll say. Sort of. Yep. There's a squirt, a splash of blood, and he cries out and holds his arm, kind of yelling in pain and anger. As you are also injured, but probably not yelling so much because you're like such a badass.
Well, yes, they dealt. Was it 1 injury on me?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's absorbed by my youth fiber. So.
So
Hard armor 1 and environmental on my 2 tags.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So I didn't realize that fiber was hard armor.
No, because you buy tags up to the number of dots you've got.
Oh, okay.
So it's customizable, and so yeah.
Awesome. So we might need to think about if Tash needs to customize her armor too, actually.
Does Tash have U-fiber? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Is it a standard issue?
Don't think so.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
It's
fantastic.
It's an edge you got to buy.
Oh. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, she's got U-fiber too.
Yeah, okay. So definitely
cool. So, yeah.
Worth remembering that has a baseline stats and tags worth up to the dots. So
that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely do that, I reckon, after this.
Yeah.
See whether maybe she might not actually be burned because she's got armor that protects her.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Look,
anyway.
I love the story anyway. Let's.
Yeah, totally. It's very cool.
I'm going to command this guy.
Ooh, yep, because it's your turn as well.
To tell his goons to stop shooting at us, or he's going to die.
I love it. I'm going to say, since he has just gotten shot, you're going to get a 2 enhancement to that. He's very inclined to believe you right now and realize the error of his ways.
Right, so...
Yeah. Command, most definitely. What do you want to pair it with?
Well, could I pair it with stamina? Because I'm here not injured. He's the one taking the damage.
Ooh, that's good. I like that. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm happy to do it.
5, and what was the enhancement you gave me? An extra 1? 2?
2.
Nice. Oh, fuck, yes!
5 successes.
7.
7 all up. Damn. Okay. So, one thing that I didn't actually put into our little cheat sheet was I forget what they even call it, the social rules. So the rules for
Yes, you've got the attitudes in them, but not the social rules.
Yeah, I ran out of room, but I'm just pulling that up now. So, attitude, shifting attitude. Not bonds and cooperation. Where is it? Influence. Okay. So attitude is an enhancement. His attitude to you is probably not great.
I'd imagine pretty poor, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say probably not like hated enemy.
But enemy, so
But enemy. So
-3.
Okay. So that was a -3, but you had a +2. So that's only a -1. Where is the actual rolls for influencing people? What's that after this? Oh yeah, influence. Okay, so encourage behavior. The difficulty is equal to their resolve. Not super helped by the fact that he only has primary, secondary, and desperation pools, but I would say his resolve is 2 based on the desperation pool. So the difficulty is 2, and you've got a -1 enhancement. But that gives you 4 successes still. So I reckon you pretty easily do that. So he still hates you.
Yeah, he still hates me, but he's... Tell them to
Yeah.
stop shooting or you're going to die before I do.
Logic and self-preservation.
Yep. So I reckon, you show him that you're not injured at all by all these kind of bullets that have been kind of ricocheting off you.
Shards of glass stuck in my U-fiber suit.
Oh, that's pretty damn cool. And yeah, he in short order, he's yelling over the bar, kind of, trying to raise his hands, although, bleeding still, so kind of holding one, saying, stop shooting, you fucking idiots. Stop, you're going to kill us all. And kind of their bullets start kind of petering out also as they start kind of clicking empty. And the shooting stops. Meanwhile, Agent Faint still outside I think there's 3 people that didn't kind of run off that she can still act on if she wants to.
Oh, look, it seems like we've got our guy, right?
Yeah, true. You can, decloak and pose for the cameras as well if you want.
Just thinking, I can't get my look. I'm a perfectionist, so that tertiary objective, taking out our good friend, the Russian.
Well, if you'd like, we can sort of shift out of sort of like immediate combat.
Well, then if that is something that we'll do, I think I'll decloak.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe move away from a few of them just so that they're not tempted.
Well, they're probably all actually of the unarmed ones there. So yeah, someone's kind of lying in the pool, and other people are kind of probably kind of lying there unarmed or sort of looking for their guns or kind of cowering like someone is invisible here and they're doing things to us.
Let's go visible and they can see that it was just a scrawny little lady.
I like that. So yeah, you decloak and they're definitely not sort of moving to attack you. They're kind of pretty thoroughly kind of cowed. And one of the drones kind of whirs down to kind of take in the scene, and especially to kind of take in the superhero that is just kind of unmasked. Is there anything that you want to sort of say or do to the camera, or do to the guys, like arrest them or quip or?
Well, look, you're all under arrest.
I love it. So extremely nonchalant. Look, I mean, it's over.
How about lay down your weapons as well while you're arresting them?
Look, yes, that would be fantastic if you could do that, please. Also, you've got your man. There's nothing more you can do.
And that is when there is a huge crash of tearing metal and kind of like explosion, like a car crash or like a train going through a building, as the building that you're on even actually kind of shakes. There's a
Cess's pack has
commotion.
arrived.
There is chaos and commotion from sort of the ground floor towards the sort of front area of the building, and then suddenly bursts of gunfire and the sounds of screeching tires. What do you do?
Do you think I could survive jumping off the ledge and becoming dense just as I hit the ground?
I'm sure she could, because that would be badass.
You can
Do that.
You are pretty damn tough when you're max density, so yes.
That is.
I'm gonna run towards the edge of the balcony, leap off the edge of the balcony, feet first, try to like,
so good.
I want to see where I'm going, and make sure that I'm definitely dense. As dense as I could be before I hit the ground.
You do sound pretty dense.
That is very cool. Okay, so density costs.
And if I can aim, I want to aim maybe ahead of the people that are, if I can do the aerodynamics thing as I'm falling, I don't know. Aim at the head of the cars that might be peeling off.
Ooh. Okay, so
it's possible.
Yeah, well, it could be.
Splitting your action there, I guess that's. That means you're using the lower of your dice pools to do everything.
Okay, so how about I just focus on surviving, hitting the ground? Let's do that. My rolls haven't been great tonight.
Yeah, that sounds like.
How many floors up were we? 12?
Yeah, I think I said about 12, 10, 12.
This is going to be fantastic, Tash.
Brilliant. I might leave a crater.
Who needs Meteor around when there's you?
True. That, I reckon, sounds like athletics and...
there are rules for falling and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I did see them earlier.
Let's see.
Falling, okay. It's in the charts on page 111.
111? Oh, geez, I was miles away from you. Okay.
Damage is 1 for every 3 meters if falling onto a hard surface. Above 6 meters, the falling becomes deadly.
Brr.
But I mean, that's fine.
I'm sure it's fine.
So 12. It's about 3 meters per floor, isn't there?
Oh man, I don't know maths.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's about 3 meters per floor, and you're 12 up, so that's 36 damage. Oh no! It's 12 damage. Sorry, yeah, because it's 3 meters per floor, 12 floors, 12 damage.
Okay. So.
And the deadly is not going to matter because that's just a tag that applies when she's damaged, and she's not going to get damaged. Because, Tasharama there, with max density, I think you've got a density rating of 4. Is your power?
Yes. I'll confirm that.
No, 3 actually.
3.
Okay, so you're going to get 3 toughness.
I feel like it's actually... Oh, yeah, 3 toughness, which I think adds 2 to your scale and also gives you hard armor from memory.
It doesn't give hard armor, it just increases your durability.
Oh.
You can double check, because like mega edges are right here, so we'll just look. Toughness. Yeah, you count as wearing armor with the soft one and complete tag, which is, yeah, fine. Each additional dot after the first provides +1 durability scale, so you're going to get 3 durability scale and soft armor 1, which will stack with whatever soft armor you've already got.
No, that's each after the first, so she's only got density 3. Right?
Yes, only density 3.
So, yeah.
But so each additional dot after the first provides +1.
Yes, so it gives her +2, not +3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you haven't bought the tags for it, so I would say you're just going to soak up 12 damage easily.
Yes, I feel like we probably need to roll, but also I'm happy to not roll as well, because it's...
Like, I think it's fine to roll, but I think it would just be a roll that Tash is making. It's basically going to be stamina.
Yeah.
And then you add in the scale bonus from the durability. Yeah. And if she doesn't beat 12, she's going to be pretty damn close to 12.
Yeah, true.
Provided she doesn't fail the roll in the first place. That's what it comes down to, Tash. Don't fail this roll.
Yeah.
All right, so stamina. Just stamina?
Like, I reckon, like, stamina plus athletics to land well.
Yeah, do it. Yep.
That makes sense in my head. And then with, like, what? A lot of enhancement for the scale.
Yeah.
All right.
So, incredibly durable.
I'll hit the roll.
Go. That works. So, is that...
That's stamina and athletics.
Yep, stamina and athletics. And then we would give enhancement for the scale of, like, 2 per scale.
2 per scale, yeah.
Yeah. So that would be... is that only +4? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, see, I would have said +6, but if you say we're going to go with the 2 durability, then it's +4. So that's 7. So that's 7 successes. So that leaves 5 damage to be done, of which she has soft armor 1 from the toughness, 1 from the U fiber.
Yep.
So that takes it down to 3.
Mm-hmm.
If she's got anything else, I don't know. But either way, that is 1 bruised injury.
Yeah.
And she's probably fallen down with the other 2 successes.
Yep, I'm down with that.
So you twisted your ankle after jumping 12 stories.
I'll cop it.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that is fair. The other thing that I thought probably could have offset that is if you, like, spent more quantum and were insubstantial for a lot of the fall, so that you're not
building the momentum
of
the floor.
So you're kind of floating down and then landing hard. But then you probably later, so.
I'm still pretty new to this, so
that's right.
Maybe I'll get a few pointers or after when they're watching the post stream.
You could have overcharged the density power.
Ooh, yeah, true.
And just bumped it up, but regardless, you've
And there's
landed.
always some momentum to spend.
I think falling that far and getting a twisted ankle is plenty impressive.
I think that's pretty cool. And there's a crater now. I mean, I'm all for that.
My density's still active. I don't need bringing it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Okay, so you go crashing down, and you find yourself kind of head on with a pretty intense scene. So there is one big black, extremely expensive car just speeding off now. So it's kind of fishtailed and it's starting to sort of race off down the street. And the street is kind of like, kind of pier there with yachts and buildings there, kind of other hotels and all the rest kind of down there, and then just big long street. Kind of pretty busy road, but sort of people are starting to sort of stop cars and freak out. And there is also another big black expensive car flipped upside down, with kind of like one wheel off and like the other wheels kind of still spinning. And there is Cestus Pax standing near that car, kind of with his back to you, although he's probably turned around at the unbelievable kind of crash that just happened just behind him as you landed like a badass. And there is also that car was kind of upside down, but up against the hotel. So that is what kind of the loud crash and shaking was, where the car literally flew into the building. And on the other side of the road, kind of perched just off the road, and kind of onto the pier is a long, brightly coloured bus. It's like sprayed up, kind of like a party bus, basically, with bright colours and kind of spray painted kind of signs all over it, various kind of slogans, and like a website to rent a party bus here. But it is kind of half on the pier, half off, and it is on its side, and there is smoke pouring out of the engine. And there's people all around. There's kind of some screaming, and there are most likely people in there because there's someone trying to climb their way out through one of the windows. So quite a scene in front of you. I would say Comet can probably do something now as well.
Yeah, good. So what Comet's doing is applying some pressure to this guy's gunshot wound in his shoulder, handcuffing him, and then dragging him over to the balcony's edge to have a look out on what's going on.
Nice. Yep, I like that a lot. So you see the scene going on as well. That car is kind of getting away, but I'm sure there's a way to stop it if you want to, as well.
I mean, Pax is right there.
Yeah, true. He looks like he might have been responsible for some of what just happened.
I mean, he's the expert. And I've got all these goons up here that I need to arrest.
True. Pax fully turns around as you're probably, doing the superhero kind of, kneel out of your crater.
And then hobbling.
Yeah, limping.
That was maybe not the best
limp
idea.
over to the party bus and try to stabilize it while people escape.
So is that what you're doing?
Well, look, it looks like people might actually fall into the pier and die. That seems like the immediate important thing to look after.
That sounds reasonable to me. Let me just pull something up. Okay. Okay, so
I mean, they might just be scumbag groupies of this other guy, but, it's not a good look.
Yeah,
Could have been a school
maybe not a
bus. Practicing for the school bus savior moment.
good. Well, that bus, as you do get closer, there's a whoosh as the engine block kind of bonnet area does catch flame. So obviously the engine was kind of starting to burn, and then it's sort of, you know, there's suddenly a as it goes up. So that introducing something that I don't think we'd really talked about before in Trinity. You can have kind of fields in scenes, and they're, you know, different areas of a scene which might have kind of complications to them, or they might have kind of barriers, like, I guess, the top of a building and the bottom of a building, where you need to kind of make a roll or deal with something to get between them. So this bus is becoming before your eyes a burning bus soon. So that will have a +2 complication to movement kind of around that area. And if you don't buy that off, you'll get burned. So and it might become kind of more dangerous over time if you don't sort of like deal with it or get the people out of it too. So if you would like to do something to engage with that, you definitely can. Pax hasn't done anything yet. He's just kind of seen you and sort of, yeah, turned around at the crash and is watching you go towards the bus.
Well, look, you know, I'm assessing. Agent Fate does an assessment of the crash and what she sees when she gets down. She's got Pax there, a very expensive looking car that she has no hope of catching, speeding off, and a burning bus that has people on it that, you know, their life is in immediate danger. So I think I'm going to stick with trying to keep away from the, like, yeah, trying to maybe at the back of the bus, away from the engine block. Going in, what I'd really like to do is use my density related might to maybe make a bigger hole for people to escape and stabilize it so that it's not gonna. Is it at risk of falling into the pier? Or is it just the fire that's the problem?
Complication, basically. So maybe if you're like climbing into it, there could definitely be a complication that is the bus goes over the edge.
Yeah, shifting the look. I'm going to just see how many people I can help get out of it.
Okay. Yeah, that I like the idea of kind of grabbing with the back and making a larger hole or something like that. Definitely sounds like a good kind of step to that. Sounds like a
rock hard fists.
Yeah, rock hard fists. That sounds like a might roll probably. And
fantastic. And stamina, right? Like I've got burnt hands, don't I? Could I elbow it? I don't know.
I'd say probably might, but what to combine that with, I don't know.
Kick it.
Probably
kick it over
athletics.
Yeah, athletics.
Yep. Let's do it.
Yeah, that works. I'd say like maybe you could even, like, I don't know if I'm being too lenient. Maybe Nick might have opinions, but whether like even close combat to kind of rip a hole, like punch a hole into it, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking
I
that
fight the
athletics.
bus.
Fight the bus. Yeah. So you reckon athletics, Nick?
Yeah, you're purely just showing off your buff muscles, ripping metal apart and that sort of thing. So
that's true. With a bunch of enhancement for the scale too, so that works for me.
Yep.
Yeah, make a roll.
4 successes.
All right, just did 4 successes.
With Mega Might 3, so that's 10 successes.
Jeez. Easily. Okay, so I would say if you want, you could even probably rip a hole and then grab those two sides and like pull it off the edge pretty pretty easily.
Let's
With
do
10
that.
That's awesome. So basically, cars are stopping. People are kind of gathering round as you are in like what feels like a scene from Spider-Man, kind of pulling the bus off the pier, and then people start streaming out. They are still kind of coughing with the smoke that's kind of building up in there, but you easily could have bought off that complication from you, sort of copying any damage from smoke or anything like that.
Yep.
At that time, some people are climbing out of the flipped over car. It doesn't look like any of them are Alexei Zhukov, but they are, badass guys in suits with heavier firepower than Vargas's dudes. They're barely even out of the car when they start spraying bullets in kind of just the general direction. And once again, people who were starting to kind of, watch and ooh and ah at Nova doing amazing things start scattering and screaming. Bullets start literally bouncing off packs. Does flinch away from them too. So he's not doing like full-on Superman bounce off, but he kind of, ducks under cover or kind of crouches down, and then kind of runs towards them and scoops one of the men up and in sort of one quick easy motion, he kind of runs up and kind of tackles and scoops him and just throws him, and he flies through the air and lands against the wall of the next building with a really loud crack and then crumples down. And the other man puts his hands up and drops his gun, which looks like almost kind of high-tech looking gun. It's like, like military grade. But he throws it down and raises arms and starts kind of, speaking quickly in Russian as Pax advances on him. Is Comet wanting to do anything too, or is he still arresting people?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
I
am nowhere near Cestus as he kills people on TV.
Is there anything that that Faint is doing now, as she's kind of probably recovering after just having sort of pulled the bus, but she definitely sees everything that's going on now too?
Yeah, well, I mean, as long as I'm not being shot at, I guess. How's the fire going? Is it going to escalate? I should probably, now that it's off the pier or off the edge, maybe enter the bus and just make sure that everyone's going to get out.
Yep, I think, if that's what you want to be spending your time doing, you definitely can get all the people out of the bus. So that is
fantastic.
No trouble at all.
Yep.
But yeah, the bus is definitely sort of going to fully catch fire pretty soon. But
brilliant.
Once all are out, it's probably not as much of a concern.
I could push it back over the pier.
Well, yeah, that's true. By the sounds of things, just pick it up.
Douse it. Yeah.
Easy. While you're doing that,
maybe I do call out, over my comms, just highlight the fact that I saw this car zipping away and that maybe we should work out how we can catch it.
So you're saying that to everyone over the comms?
Pax and Comet.
Well, is everyone up here taken care of? Like, are they all handcuffed and sitting
Yeah,
quietly?
I'd say so. Like, I'd say probably there's additional kind of law enforcement support that have been coming up as well
Okay,
to
good.
to aid in that. I don't know whether that's like another chopper or whether they've just been, going up 12 flights of stairs.
If
So
there's
they're
other
all
authorities around to hand off the bad guys to, then I won't bother carrying him around, and I can just fly after the car.
works for me. The car is probably getting really far away. I don't actually know that you can catch up to it
Is
speed
it doing
wise.
100 miles an hour down a Miami street?
Actually, yeah, you're I always see miles but think Ks. So yeah, it's probably not going
160
100 miles
k's an hour?
As the crow flies as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not
As
stopping
the
for red
comet
lights.
flies.
True. They'd probably like to be going that fast, but they probably can't quite manage it. So
There's probably traffic around. I don't know what Miami is like really, but
yeah, I would say there is. They're driving pretty erratically, but I reckon you can definitely roll to catch up. Like,
yep.
I think probably, yeah, speed wise, it's probably worth a roll rather than just a
Yeah,
gift.
well, that's the whole point of having the scale there. So it's just
True.
I roll, they roll.
True.
Who's going to win?
2 minutes. So yeah, I reckon roll your what is flight? That is athletics and I think dexterity.
Yep.
Or your flight if that's higher, but I'm guessing it's probably not actually.
That's the same.
Oh, really? And probably, I guess, no scale difference for. Let me pull up the scale range. Speed.
No, actually, one more.
Car is scale 3. Speed scale 3.
Yeah, that's my speed scale. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So
the difference is I am flying as a crow flies, and they are hampered by the traffic.
True. Yeah, good point. I reckon. Yep, I reckon that'll probably give you 2 enhancement. Really, can't really say any less than 2.
Yep, righto.
Although,
okay, so I'm doing athletics plus dexterity, which is 8 dice with +2 enhancement.
Can I just say before you roll, I'm gonna throw a complication in. Complication 2 of you being noticed, and quite potentially shot at as well.
Okay. So they get a complication of they are going to crash the car.
Well, there are multiple people in the car, so not the same person driving and shooting, but
It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Here I go. 3 successes.
Okay. Let me roll for them. Ooh, to 2 successes. Okay. I reckon you catch up.
Yep, and they can have a shot because I can't overcome that complication.
Yes. Okay. I'll make a roll. This kind of target roll of 8 is killing me. Although I just realized for the other guys.
Suck it, mooks.
0 successes.
Nice.
Okay. So yep. Hail of gunfire, but you deftly, kind of dodge them all as you're kind of flying around. What do you want to do?
I think. Where's the scale chart? Right. And versus the size of a car. Alright, what I'm going to do is crush into the boot of the car
Ooh, yep.
and then lift up the back wheels so it's no longer got traction.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, just use my flight power in the opposite direction to apply the brakes.
That is so damn cool. That is very, very awesome. Okay. Um, might and athletics to grab it.
Yeah.
Right. That works for me.
Yep.
Yeah. They're definitely going to be trying to shoot you as well, but I guess that's probably a separate kind of action.
Yeah. And
As a competition.
hopefully if I pull this off, then they're going to be firing kind of wildly because the car is going to be moving in directions that they're not used to it.
Yeah.
Moving with a sudden deceleration and suddenly they're facing downwards and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
at least harder for them to hit me. 5 successes.
Nice. Okay. I reckon that works. I reckon that definitely works. You that is so badass. Yeah, so definitely there's going to be a couple of kind of hails of gunfire now, but they are getting some some major difficulties for it.
Yeah.
Would you like to roll your defense as well?
I sure would. 3. Yeah, it could be worse.
Okay. And would you just like to use that to up your defense by 1?
Yes.
Excellent. Four successes. Okay, so their weapons are, let's see. Yeah, definitely scale 2 still.
Mm-hmm. So 6 and 4.
Although, what exactly do you reckon anti-personnel gun refers to? Is that like as in like Gatling gun kind of weapon, or?
I'd imagine that's more like some sort of machine gun, like a howitzer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe not one of them.
And pistols and rifles, so any sort of assault rifle is going on scale 2. So.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. So that. Sorry.
Any gun is an anti-personnel weapon, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I mean, you have a point, but in military jargon.
This is Australia.
So that would be for the dude with 4 successes, that would be +1 enhancement for the gun and then +2 for the scale.
Yes.
So that is 7 all up.
Yep.
But
what's the difficulty though?
Yes, your defense is now 2, correct?
Yep.
And you've got soft armor of 2, right?
Yes.
Yep.
But remember the car getting jerked upwards and backwards, and
I reckon that's worth +2 difficulty.
righto.
So difficulty 4 all up, and if they want to even do any damage, that needs another 2. So, okay. Okay. And the other dude actually does have a more powerful weapon, which I'm going to say is a +2 instead of just a +1.
Yep.
But he only got 2 successes, so that is 2, 4, 6. So that gives him 2 successes after the difficulty. So, okay. So with the 2 and the 3, let me just pull up the stunts again. What page did I say that was on? 104-ish. I guess they can both hit you for a damage each.
Yep.
And then pin down kind of seems like the only thing that makes sense, I guess. Just that there's just so many bullets kind of firing in your direction.
Yep.
Yeah, so pin down for 1 and for 2. So 3 all up.
All right. Well, my pin down then is going to be basically under their car, using the car body as a shield.
Oh, that's cool.
So the back wheels are still not touching the ground, and they're
That's cool.
at more of an angle. Like, they've seriously injured me, but they're not going anywhere.
That's cool. And do you not have any other armor?
Yeah. Well, my U-fiber hard armor was used up with the other blasting. So, yeah, they've riddled me full of bullets, but that's fine. I'm still there, crouching below, and now lifting their car up so they can't drive off.
Okay.
Fingers crossed they don't hit the fuel tank.
Fingers crossed. Well, they'll die faster than I will. Like, I might still die, but they will die before me.
Or actually, I'm happy for one of them to actually just put more on the pin down, actually. That actually makes sense for one of them in particular, the one that rolled more dice.
Yeah, well, either way, I don't mind, but I'm quite happy to take it.
Yeah. I mean, I also don't want to kill you as well, but...
Oh, look, I'm a long way off dead.
Don't you worry about me. Okay, well, then...
So, at this stage, you're like, the authorities catching up? Like, so, police vehicles blocking off, cordoning?
Yeah, I reckon so. They've taken some time because obviously something was happening downstairs while
elsewhere,
and it's kind of thrown them into a bit of disarray. But they're definitely catching up now as you're sort of. How high up did you fly with the car or anything like that, or were you?
No. I'm still its front wheels are still on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've just sort of come in, smashed through the boot so that I can grab it properly on the chassis, so I'm not just ripping off a bumper, and then lifting it up so that the back wheels aren't able to propel it because it's not on the ground anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I'm assuming it's a rear-wheel drive, but...
I mean, yeah. I don't do cars. I'm going to say that it is.
Yeah. So they're now kind of facing the road as opposed to... And I'm behind the chassis where they can't easily get at me anymore, even if I've got a trickle of blood out of one particularly photogenic bullet wound.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when it gets to my next action, if they're still shooting at me, I'm going to just roll the car.
That's cool. Okay, I reckon. So, I think mark down only 1 damage, and the other guy has just given you another 2 for the pinning.
Yep.
So that is all up 5, which is quite a complication. But bullet spray everywhere. You're kind of shielding yourself with the car.
Yeah.
Cop cars are coming, so sirens are definitely approaching, probably from all directions. And back at the hotel, Pax advances on the last man with his gun thrown down and hands up, and he's saying something in Russian. And Pax straight punches him in the gut, hard enough for him to fly into the air and back down again with a thump. Agent Faint sees that the man looks seriously injured, like actually like seriously injured, not just, kind of taken out, knocked out, but like, is that guy breathing kind of injured? And as Agent Faint has, did you say that you were putting the bus into the water, or were you not going to do that?
Only if I'm absolutely 120 million% that there's no one in it. Yes. Stop the fire, reduce the complexities. Yep.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely no one in there, most definitely. Because, that would be very bad
Fantastic.
for the cameras.
Yes.
Team or drowns children.
It would
There's
be
no scuba
off-brand.
divers off the pier.
And yeah, in answer to you, kind of, saying, should we stop the car, and then Comet like racing through the sky, Pax hasn't answered, so he basically hasn't even kind of looked in your direction, as he after thumping this other guy, turns to the turned over car and basically drop kicks it. It kind of flips back over and hits another wall and lands. And it's clear that that there was at least another person in there who's been sort of tossed around like a rag doll. And then finally Pax turns around and says, I'm done here, and then starts striding off back towards, I guess, the direction where the helicopter was, or in that direction anyway, and says something like, yeah, go and scoop up the rest of the trash if you like, and yeah, kind of stomps off, like quite sort of badassedly, but also like kind of what's the chip on his shoulder sort of vibe.
Yeah, this is Agent Fate's personal thoughts of what is in his new fiber suit that's itching him the wrong way. But verbally she goes, clean up crews on it, sir. I guess he's a superior.
And it's at that time that you notice the drones which have been circling around, kind of filming the whole scene, are they're buzzing, they're watching, they're taking everything in, and one goes off to follow him as well, while another few kind of focus in on you, kind of like, let's get that expression, and others are attempting to catch up to Comet and his action.
Yeah, let's hope we get some good body cam footage off those police officers that are first on scene.
Well, there's all those other like hovery drone cameras, aren't there? So
yeah, they'd be like,
surely they've caught us being heroic, even if they've caught Cestus being a dick.
I think probably so, yes.
And I don't really care that he's a dick, because I'm an ex-military man where casualties happen.
Yes.
So I'm curious as to the unidentified person that's just been ragdolled in the car.
It's not bad. Let's cut back to Comet while you're
Sure.
You're thinking through that. Bullets are kind of raining all around you. It is technically your turn in the initiative queue. What is Comet gonna do?
Well, I'm okay being pinned below where they can't hit me anyway, so they're going to keep shooting wildly out of the windows, hoping to ricochet off the asphalt. I will just flip the car onto its roof. Not particularly violently, but it's still going to be they're getting tossed upside down.
Okay. I'm down with that. I reckon. Can you give me a roll before that?
I can. And I'll be amazing at it.
Will you?
Unless
We'll
it's
see.
anything to do with presents.
No. Ooh, yeah, present's not good. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not a commander. I'm a grunt. Well, I'm a special forces grunt.
True. I would say, could you roll composure? And once again, it's a kind of notice. So,
what am I noticing?
I can't tell you yet until you roll.
But that's going to be completely dependent on what skills you use.
Yeah, I know, and it's so frustrating. Notice something, I guess, to do with the combat, with the situation going on. So
close combat.
I guess close combat, or probably aim, which is
4 dice either way. So
yeah,
I can spot combat-y things. Just you watch, I say confidently.
And now I feel like I haven't really read whether sort of what pinning. True. What pinning applies to, pin down. So only just to your next attack. Interesting. Interesting. I reckon you with only one success. That's not enough, but I can give you something. You notice a little bit after the fact that while there are bullets, kind of still spraying, and there's yelling and all the rest, there's also a thumping sound, which kind of you didn't notice right away. It was sort of built up until it kind of made its way to your consciousness, and it's like a loud thumping, which was kind of building and growing, and then turned into a cracking, and then that turned into the sound that you recognized as someone kicking the windscreen open and then thumping onto the bonnet and then the ground. So you kind of noticed after the fact rather than being able to stop them. But there's still someone else in the car kind of trying to shoot at you as well, and still with you pinned down, while someone else is apparently trying to make a break for it, perhaps.
Okay, well, if I can throw the car onto its roof, I will then see what I can do about anyone trying to escape.
Okay, sounds good. Have a roll with a 5 complication.
Not likely.
No. So with
well, I mean, I don't have to buy off the complication.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, if 5 successes is enough for me to put the car on its roof, I'll just suck up whatever happens.
Ooh, okay. So you will get shot some more, I guess.
I guess so.
But lucky you're pretty tough. And also, I haven't mentioned any sort of your wound penalties, but that's because of your mega stamina letting you basically shrug them off and be like, whatever.
Yeah. It would have been different if I'd taken that second thing.
Yeah, I reckon.
But yeah, so I'm just bruised at the moment. We'll see what happens after this.
Yeah, well, that that just automatically gives you an injury condition.
Okay.
Okay, damn. Okay, so
That'll be a +1 complication for everything else from now on.
Yep. Yep. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, +1 complication.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, basically, like I reckon a bullet hits you, or probably maybe multiple bullets. I don't know. But you flip the car on its side. There's a a shattering sound of the windows, or did you not put it down hard enough for that?
No, it would have been dropped. Like as soon as I got shot, really, it's like shit.
Yeah,
So,
true.
So totally on its roof though, not just on its side.
Yep. Oh, yep. Cool. Groovy.
In the middle of the street there. And can I see the person running off?
You can see him kind of not running into the street, but running kind of cutting to the side down towards this kind of continuing pier, which kind of makes up a lot of that entire part of the city. Down sort of rushing off towards, there's kind of like, sort of beach shacks and piers, and obviously there's yachts and boats and all the rest. He's running in that direction, making it kind of not superhumanly, but surprisingly fast as well.
Yep.
And he's a dude in cool guy suit, kind of mafioso, important businessman kind of outfit, but surprisingly like athletic.
I will be chasing him when it's my go to go next.
Groovy.
He might be fast, but is he 160 kilometers an hour fast?
Probably not, no. He is most likely not that fast. I would say it is his turn, so I reckon I'm going to give him a roll to see whether he can kind of make it somewhere and potentially hide or, get away, essentially. Let me make a roll for him. Only 2 successes, but he did have 1 enhancement, so 3 successes all up. I don't really know what the difficulty for that would be. I would guess it would be probably actually a contested roll with you.
Yeah. There's probably rules on pursuit here somewhere.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, he's running through the crowds and I'm flying over the top of their heads.
Oh, yeah, true. So, that's probably what stopped him from having a much higher enhancement, really, actually. Let's see. I don't know where to look for something like that. Where is the stuff about ambush that might at least give us good examples of kind of skills to roll? Like, I would think composure.
I would have thought dexterity, because you're dodging in and out.
Oh.
In and out of the crowd.
Oh, okay. Yeah. even is it? Far out.
Oh, well, he doesn't have that anyway because he's
Yeah.
it's whatever pools.
Oh no, I meant for your roll to resist. To not have him.
Oh, to not lose him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
When in doubt, contested athletics.
Yeah.
Hmm. You're just saying that because he's got 4 athletics.
Well, yes, but I'm also moving at 160 miles an hour, 160 k's an hour.
True.
So if I need to spot him, though, it's certainly going to be composure and probably basically athletics because he's running. I've got an eye on the crowd. So
Yeah.
where could he go?
Yeah. Yep, that works, I reckon.
All right. So there's
Why
my
not?
6
Composure
dice
and-
to see if I spot him. Do I get any enhancements for being able to look above the crowd? From the top down as opposed to through?
Yeah, but only 1 because you're actually not that high yet.
Yep, that's fine.
Kind of your action.
6 successes.
Damn. Okay. Yep. You see him as he sort of heads on to the pier, and he starts kind of like he's about to kind of run into a shack, and then he sees that you see him, so he keeps going further. He probably doesn't have much chance of getting away from you while you're in the air watching him now, but it is your action.
I am flying straight to him. If I can fly straight to him such that I go through the shack,
Oh, jeez.
I will emerge in a shower of debris and complete a short-term goal.
Perfect. I think that would be great. Perfect. Definitely.
Apologies to the fisherman. Or the banana salesperson or whatever.
Yeah. Yep, I reckon, that doesn't need a roll even for you to go
Nope.
crashing through that. It's pretty, kind of thin wood as well.
Yeah, I think actually the athletics thing, no barrier, might cost me a momentum.
And that, as in that doesn't slow you down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Skills, athletics, chunk. 2 points momentum.
2 points. Wow, jeez.
Oh, no, wrong one. It cost me nothing. Automatically ignores all barriers and difficult terrain between me and my destination for a single action.
Awesome.
That is
Very cool.
Amazingly fantastic. It cost me nothing, and I got there, and I got to explode a hut.
That is awesome. That is super good. So I'll put that momentum back then. So yeah, you smash through it as he sort of, kind of spins around and goes, I'm not going in there, as you go and crash through and then probably swoop back around. Mm-hmm. Are you wanting to attack him?
Well, yeah, I'll do the grapple. You're under arrest, buddy. Why am I saying buddy? I'm sorry. You're under arrest, mate.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely, mate. I love that. Okay, roll. Roll. I'm assuming close combat and might, probably. Yep.
Grapple City. 5 successes.
Okay. It seems that it only kind of needs the 1 success to be able to grapple him. So,
well, if that beat his defense, then yes.
Oh yeah, defense. Sorry, he has a defense of 3. So,
I win.
Yep, you do indeed, and you have 2 successes left.
Which might actually, this is a good time to knock him prone. So he's on the ground, and I'm on top of him. So he's grappled and prone.
Awesome. Yep. Sounds good.
And then with my next action, provided I still have him, I will do the handcuffs.
Okay, awesome. He is actually not going to resist. So as you put him down, he doesn't fight back.
Mm-hmm.
And and he actually sort of, quite sort of genially kind of puts his hands behind his back for you, and as you you cuff him and most likely stand him back up then, or
Yep.
he says in a Russian accent, but like a very clipped one, so he's not like, you know, extremely stereotypically Russian. He says, I would like you to know that I have a gun in a hip holster and one at my left ankle as well. And he doesn't do anything else. He doesn't try to fight back.
Okay, well, that's good. I will relieve him of his weapons.
He looks up and sees, the camera is definitely taking all of this in, just, you know, kind of hovering around and just going around in circles. And he says, so it looks like you got your little show then, did you?
I'm not going to answer that. I am going to then carry him to whichever authorities we're meant to carry them to, the police or whatever. He'll get a nice fly through the air.
And so, like, what, like carried over the shoulder again, or?
I think I'll probably just like bear hug him from behind, so I'm just sort of carrying him around my chest, sort of thing. His hands around my nuts, you know.
I did not think this through.
He can't feel anything through the U fiber.
Oh man, far out. Well, yeah, you fly him off, and he continues to not offer you any trouble at all. He's extremely polite the whole way, but not like, you know, not doing anything stupid and, you know, incriminating himself like crazy or something. Just just going along with whatever you do. Agent Fate, meanwhile, I suppose, I guess, deals with the onlookers, like deals with the bus.
That's it. Signs a few autographs, liaises with the authorities to make sure everything's cleaned up and everyone's safe, and, you know, doing the legwork.
Then time passes by as you sort of you wrap up the operation. Really, the authorities take all in all dozens of people in to custody during this operation, and, like, you know, many times more with all the other Team Tomorrow members all over the rest of the world. You literally do crush a large part of at least the cocaine smuggling industry, I suppose, overnight, although there was obviously months that went into it. But you've done an objectively good thing. You haven't seriously injured or hurt anybody. You saved people from potentially dying. You totally caught a jackass drug kingpin in his bathers. And you also saw what looked like Pax potentially murdering people. You didn't hear whether, unless you checked, you didn't get any info on whether those people died in that car or thrown into the air or thrown up against the wall. They definitely didn't look all that great. And
Well, I think part of the post cleanup operation would have been making sure that everyone who needed
yeah,
medical attention had medical attention, and that any paramedics had a safe path through.
yep, yep. Well, that's a good call. That's really, really good. But yeah, it's not immediately clear to you, I guess, kind of what happened. With these guys, and
It's either above or below my pay grade, I reckon.
yeah, true. And yeah, you spend quite some time kind of cleaning up all of that, and when you return later on to the Team Tomorrow Project Utopia headquarters in New York City, you hear that Pax actually hasn't been seen since that time, and no one else kind of has heard from him since, or been debriefed or anything like that. But that is something we might get into next session, perhaps.
I hope so.
If anything comes of that at all.
Look, I'm sure he's just having a bad day.
I mean, yeah,
We've
totally.
all been there.
Agent Fate would be concerned for him, though.
Yeah, well, that was definitely not sort of what he's been built up to be like, most definitely. Like, he's all, sunshine and freedom. But, yeah. And you probably haven't seen all that much of him, just in general, but you've definitely sort of, been around him a bit at, PR things and, like Comic-Cons or all the kind of the planning things for this operation, most definitely, and training as well. And you've never seen him like that before. So yeah, potentially a curious thing, or maybe that is just what he's like and you've just never seen that before. But yeah, I reckon that's something we can do next session.
Yep. Excellent.
Hell yes.
Yeah. How did it all go? Like, I feel like
I had a great look. I think the people watching might be able to tell us, but I really liked the pace.
Yeah.
So
cool.
I
Awesome.
liked that we dove straight in. I felt really challenged by a few of the things that were happening, and like the rules of the system, making sure that I understood how it all worked. So I think I learned a lot today, and I had a lot of fun. Thanks, Nate.
Oh, that's all right. And yeah, thank you. And thank you for being patient when I'm, learning these rules myself as well.
Yeah, we're all learning them. It's all good.
Yeah, totally. I feel like we'll get there more and more as we sort of
pick it up. Yep.
Yeah, play more. We'll suddenly, we'll know even kind of eyeballing what scale of something is right away. And I'll remember to throw mean complications to you all the time as well. But also that kind of worked when they kept pinning you and it just got huge. And then there's like unavoidable damage then. That's actually
he had no choice but to back down.
Yeah. Or I guess to not attack, I suppose, as well, is what you could have done if you didn't want to eat that sort of 5 complication.
Yeah, there was the option there.
Yeah.
But had things to do. Suck it up.
Yeah, man, totally. So did you cop 3 damage then?
Yes.
Wow.
So you fiber took 1, then I got my bruised and injured.
Okay, so only 2 that you actually sort of, actually hurt you.
Yeah.
Interesting. And yeah, so we'll check healing sort of next time, I guess.
Yeah, well, we'll see how much downtime I get.
Sorry, how much what?
How much downtime I get to heal.
Downtime. Well, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I wasn't planning on a lot, but we'll see. I remember ages back in an Aberrant game that I played that, first edition Aberrant was pretty deadly. And they needed literally weeks in the middle of the game when like the 2 characters were like laid up in hospital with a bunch of broken limbs, and I'm like, oh god, they nearly died. And so, yeah, lucky there was room in the story for them to actually have sort of downtime.
I had a GM. He's probably not watching now, but if you are, you know who you are. Who said, who let me burst through a door to some secret bunker, and the door had 21 grenades around it, who all went off.
Wow.
You
And
didn't have
that
a rogue
scratched
at
me
the
a little
party,
bit.
did you?
That scratched you. Wow. That's nuts. That's how Aberrant gets though, and that's why I think they've done it better in this one, where like there's kind of more middle area, sort of middle ground where you're
It's
not
a flatter
just
curve,
either dead from something or just shrugging it off.
Yes.
Yeah, better. And that's good, I think. Just generally, it's certainly better for when you're running stories and you're like, well, this thing is either going to kill them in one shot or it's going to be a waste of time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I really like that. I really like it, and I think, just reading someone, like has a superhero feel, which is totally what I was hoping for. I'm trying to kind of temper my love for first edition, which leaned hard on the whole, oh, superheroes, are you? Well, look at this horrible thing you've just accidentally done, and things are awful, and everyone's actually evil. And kind of, I want to, like, there's still going to be elements of that just because I can't help it. But I like it being more positive too, that you all did awesome stuff and you like saved the day, and like, yeah, Project Utopia is kind of these they're not tech bros, obviously, but they're kind of like this, right at this point anyway, in like 2021, they're kind of like a startup that has these huge dreams, and they're like, actually, we can do this. We can totally do this. Why not? Who says that I can't? And then they just go and do it and like literally change the world over the next 10 years. And that's actually really cool.
Well, I'm looking forward to next game where we get to explore that 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 internal tension that seems to be happening with PAX.
Yes, I can't wait. And really, really pumped. I guess I've got a week to sort of iron out any bits of the next bit of the story and see how that all goes.
Yay for Berserkosaurus. We've got a fan. Are you going to
We've
sub
got a fan.
Berserkosaurus?
I love it. Yep. And yeah, totally. Like, like I love that they just thrashed mooks, and then that there were like actual kind of hard moments too, when like, hard kind of practical choices of like, do I cop damage to do this thing? And also like, do I help people, or do I sort of, go to PAX? Like, I like that. I really, really like that. And I'll try to make sure to, sort of balance them out well. Like, I don't just want tough choices. I want like just kick ass, like, like you just,
There's
like,
got to be a chance to show off the fun powers.
Totally. Because I mean, that's what we're here for, man.
Yep.
Totally.
And I thought it was good that, we made use of the cover. It was great.
Yes, totally.
It's fun to jump behind a bar that then got shot up to shit.
I love that as well so much. I love that like after the last game that we played, going like, oh damn, cover is just makes people invulnerable. And then you see what happens if there are 3 people just still shooting despite cover.
Yeah.
And suddenly the cover's not there anymore.
Exactly right. Yep.
Super cool.
So yourself, hardcover next time.
Yeah, but also that's so movie-esque as well. Just, like the cover literally falling apart around you.
Exactly.
And behind a bar as well. I mean, that's also perfect.
It worked well.
Totally. Well, cool. I guess we should probably
call it there. Thanks for watching, Berserkosaurus.
And say good night.
Anyone else is there? Dr. Scradley?
We'll see you next week, maybe.
Ramos the Nomad? Yes. See you all next week. And I will find out how to stop this streaming. Here we go. I know I've got to transition first. See yous.